Ah, hello everyone. As you can see, once again, I am wearing the robe of philosophy and sitting in the chair of philosophy with a back and all of those other fancy philosophy things. That must mean that, though it has been many moons, we are once again going to have a lesson on music theory philosophy. This lesson is on why learn the rules, why learn music theory? Well, music theory is a way to understand the connection between the ear, the brain, and the hand. It's so that you don't need to reinvent the wheel, so the sounds you hear in your head come out when you're playing, come out when you're writing music, whatever you are doing musically at that time. It gives you terminology to discuss music and to analyze it for yourself. And it allows you to accurately imitate and play with styles and take them perhaps even to new planes never dreamed of. And that is why to learn the rules. Now, I do want to go back a little bit on the idea between the connection between the ear, the brain, and the hand. Ideally, music theory should not exist in a vacuum. If it exists in a vacuum, then really what's it good for? It's meant to describe music. Music theory doesn't describe how music should be, it describes how music is. Now, this will allow you to, say, write something, a riff, a chord progression, a musical phrase, and then look at it and say, that's what's happening here, and then use that to say, well, what should happen next in response to that? Should I expand on an idea, or should I contrast that idea? It gives you the ability and self-awareness to make a move that makes sense, but at the same time, you could say, I'm dealing with this very, very, very small idea. I'm going to expand on that, and that will link everything together, even if it seems very loosely connected, it is still connected and still creates a piece of music. Now, if you want to hear this happening in real time, there's jazz, and that's where the connection between the hand comes into all of this, because a lot of jazz is or a lot of improvised jazz is the immediate connection between the hand and these theoretical concepts. Now, that also does happen in classical music and rock and all of those, but I think for the most part, jazz has most broadly realized this connection. Now, once again, plenty of other performers and other genres are able to do it. But if you listen to jazz, it's like, no, this is the idea of these chord progressions happening at this time, and what can you do with those? How can you add different tones over them and play with certain ideas? And that's the backbone to a lot of jazz. Uh, in any case, hope you've enjoyed this lesson on philosophy. We'll have more of these coming up, especially now that I don't feel the need to put out so many basic lessons so quickly. But in any case, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sitting on a chair with a back and wearing my comfy philosophy robe. Have a lovely, lovely day, and come back to the channel soon. Ta-ta.